So, welcome back to the lesson plan. So, thank you everyone for sharing. So, I want to just talk about the nature of stress. So, nature of stress basically, we go through each and every day. Either it's a lot of stress or a little stress, depending on each and one of us, how we cope with it. So for me, I'm a care coordinator and I work in a senior community center. So I deal with over hundreds of clients under my supervision, and also I deal with over 20 PSWs. So each day I go to work, there's always something new. There's always a challenge. There's always something that is going on. And yes, it's very stressful because I have to basically deal with the matter, and sometimes a lot of times PSWs would call me out of the blue and say, "Oh, I had a senior that fell down. I had a senior that passed away." So those are the things that I deal with on a daily basis. Even though the PSWs I work with, they are frontline, but sometimes you have to be the back person to guide them, to be able to calm them down, to be able to teach them, okay, what do you do next? So all in all, the stress that I'm coping with at work adds on, and I just try to tell myself, okay, take it slowly, take it one task at a time, deal with the most issue, the problem that it prioritizes the most, and then go down the list. I always tell myself the work will never get done, so learn how to cope with the stress. So in saying that, some of my goals to cope with stress is learn how to solve the problem rather than creating problems or rather than stressing more, and it's just gonna make this situation worse. So basically, how can we deal with stress management is basically avoid creating more stress for yourself. Accept that, okay, it happened, the situation happened. Okay, so what do I do now? Rather than telling myself, oh, okay, I'm just gonna stress more, and it's just gonna if I stress more, the problem's not gonna go away. Second, alternation. So think of alternatives to solve the problem. Write down, okay, what can I do to solve this problem? It will plan A. If plan A doesn't work, go with plan B. If plan B doesn't work, go with plan C. And accept the problem already happened. So it's not going to go away itself. It's not going to turn around. It's not going to solve on its own. So learn that it happened, learn to accept it, and adapt to it. So make sure that so accept it, adapt to it, make any alternative solutions to solve the problem. So these are the 4 A's. Avoid more stress. Alternate, talk to people, find out resources, accept the problem that's already happened, and adapt to it. So those are the 4 A's that I want to share in today's lesson plan. And so how do we cope with stress? So I've already talked about the goals. So how do we cope with these stress management? Like day to day, how do we deal with it? So some of the things I do to help me is I take my time. I take my time. I don't rush, because I find that rushing creates a problem more. I learn to breathe. I stay connected. I stay connected and focus and meditation. I talk to people. Communication is a key. I find that communication really helps because you're able to talk about the problem rather than absorbing everything yourself and just making your stress level even more higher. And I would also, do different activities, exercise, listen to music, go out with friends. Sometimes, just being with friends makes a difference because you're not alone. You have support. You have family and your friends or your significant other. I always talk to my boyfriend about, like my day and how stressful it was. And at the end of the day, I just think positively. I think, like, okay, I need to calm myself. I need to focus and move on because just dealing with the stress every day, you need to learn how to move on. And try new routines. Sometimes switch it up a bit and say like, oh, okay, today I'm not going to go do exercise. I'm going to try something new. So those are some of the tips, activities, and I guess comfort that I would give myself in order for me to do with stress management. And so basically, these are some of the goals and objectives, tips that I want to share today for the lesson plan. And for next week, we will talk about the skill practice. So thank you so much for being here today and taking part of the activities. So I hope to see everyone next week, and we will discuss about the skill practice for stress management. Thank you. Have a good day.